Self-love is one of the most important things you can learn in life. It's about prioritizing yourself. It's about putting yourself in situations that bring you happiness and joy, and taking yourself out of situations that drain you and don't protect your peace. You might feel selfish by putting yourself first or removing yourself from situations that no longer align with you, but it's self-respect. It's you showing up and refusing to settle for things that don't deserve you and refusing to settle for less. And on this channel, I love to encourage people to become their authentic self, shining their light, showing up as who you are, and motivating you, being your virtual cheerleader, being there to be like, well, the hell done. Honestly, I'm proud of you. So if that sounds like your vibe, I would love if you could like and subscribe. Self-love is one of the most amazing things you can learn. It's teaching yourself your own standards. It's also about coming to yourself, so knowing yourself to a T, so knowing exactly who you are as a person. And that can take years. And you could go on the self-love journey at any point in your life. You could go on it from your 40s, your 50s. There's no specific age group to go on to that journey and start putting yourself first. I started it not long ago, about a year or two ago, where I really started prioritizing myself. I really started to delve in deep and understand myself and stop putting myself in situations that would drain me, situations that I would go just to please other people but actually end up abandoning myself, or situations where I'd chase after something because I thought that was a healthy dynamic, and then I realized actually this is draining the absolute hell out of me. And I don't want you to be in scenarios where you're with people that drain the absolute life out of you. It's so common when you don't love yourself to be in friendships, dynamics, situations, anything at all, where you are 100% there for them, but when it comes to being there for you, it's like, oh, Casper, where have you gone? Like, what is going on? And you'll be like listening to all their problems and listening to everything that's going on. You get named as that therapist friend, or like you're the person that people go to with their problems. But when it comes to you, it's like, who listens to me? I'm watering all these different gardens and my grass looks brown. Like, what the hell? Like, what is, and then you hold it all inside. You hold it all inside and you just kind of go, I'm just going to bury it. And if you choose to do therapy like I did, well, that comes out. Like, honestly, it's crazy how much it comes out. And you realise you're like, I'm done with overgiving in any sort of capacity in my life. I am going to give and meet people where they meet me. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's about having that self-respect and being like, I deserve, like, knowing you're worth it, knowing you deserve to have someone, situation, person, anything at all that gives you equality. And of course, in friendships and anything like that, there's going to be times where they give you 50%, you give them 50%. They might be going through a hard time, so they can only give you 30%. And then you match, And you could be going through a hard time, but it's about finding those situations that aren't constantly you giving every single time, because that drains you. That your your social battery is going to be at 0. You're going to leave the situation feeling drained. And your problems, guess what? Your problems aren't going to be solved because you haven't spoken about them, because you've prioritized them over yourself, because you thought to yourself, I don't deserve, I'm not worthy of talking about this, or simply you just keep it to yourself because that's what you've been used to be doing from overgiving. But you need to stop overgiving. You deserve to be in dynamics, in friendships, in relationships where it's equal, where it's 50-50 within reason, where they show up for you, where you have a problem and they're there to listen and you feel comfortable to do so. Where they have a problem, and if you've got the capacity as well, you're there to help them too. And I completely get you. Sometimes you can feel like being there for someone, myself specifically, I used to think being there for someone as they're confident, it'd make me feel important. It'd make me feel like I could help someone and I could fix someone's life. And that was something that I grew up like. I was always like, oh, I can be someone's therapist. I can be there to listen to their problems and fix the situation. And that makes me feel validated. That makes me feel worthy. But actually, that's pretty fucked up, because I don't need to fix anyone. You don't need to fix anyone. It's not your responsibility to fix people. Of course, you can listen to people and let people vent to you, but you can't fix someone's problem. If someone has a problem, it's up to them to solve. It's not up to you. You can be there as a confidant. You can be there as a support system, but you cannot fix someone. And I feel like girls, I've done this in the past where I've gone, oh my God, I love him. I can fix him. It's okay. Like, I'm going to deal with his bullshit. And I've got to the stage now where I'm like, you either come at me healed or you just fuck off. Like, pretty much fuck off. Like, I am not dealing with someone who is coming at me like, oh, fix my life. No, you can fix yourself. So just know that if you feel like you're overgiving because you want to fix someone and feels that some sort of satisfaction, that is okay, first of all. A lot of us have been there, right? But it's not your responsibility. You're responsible for your life. You're responsible for your routine, for what you need to do for the day. You're not responsible for anyone else. Obviously, you have kids. You're responsible for another little human, but you're not responsible for that man that comes into your life. You know, if he comes into your life with problems, sorry, I don't have the capacity for that. As in, not like problems like a general every so often, like little problems. I'm talking emotionally unavailable. I'm talking someone who hasn't got their shit together, who is coming at you to get you to like fix him or solve some sort of solution. Honey boo, no. Honey boo, no. Trust me, you can feel the passion in my voice because I've done this in the past. And has it got me anywhere? No. It's 7 years later and I'm still single. So actually, it's got me nowhere. But we got to look back at those girls and be like, I love you. I know where that was coming from. That was some sort of wound that you need to heal. And now you know you don't need to fix shit. You don't need to fix nobody. You go in being who you are and they come in being who they are and you complement each other, which is beautiful. But anyway, I digress. So it's all about treating yourself with kindness. So being kind to yourself, not overdoing it. Not if your body is telling you no, stop. Like, stop. Because the problem is, if you keep going, your body's going to be like, sorry, bitch, you've got to slow down now. And it could be that you get ill. I've done that before. And, I listen to my body now a lot more. But the problem is that if you don't take that time away and you don't take that time to rest, it's going to come at you worse. And that's exactly it. You get ill. And the problem is you could have just rested for that day. And it's, again, within reason, everyone has their own tolerance for rest and stuff like that. Like, even if I'm a bit tired, as long as I know I'm not too tired, I'll still go to the gym. But if I know I'm to the point where I'm like upset, no, I'm not upset, but so tired and drained, I might still go to the gym because I enjoy it for the social aspect, but I'll stretch. I'll do something that's going to nourish my body, whereas I didn't do that in the past. But since I started loving myself, I've definitely started doing that more. And it could be things like you really enjoy, I really love skincare. So for me, I love buying products that make my skin feel good. I love doing face masks, even though I look like Ed Gein. And I love skincare routines. Like, I love all the serums you can get. Like, I friggin' love it. And I get all the compliments under the sun. And I'm 30 and people are like, stop it, shut up. And even the ID places at my shop, they look at me and they're like, you're not over 25. And I'm just like, I love you for life. But that's the thing. Doing things that you love, that bring you joy. If you love a hike, go on a wonderful hike. Get up in the morning and go and see that sunset. Or sunrise even. Or like me, I love a sunset. So I remember a few weeks ago, I drove to Dorset and I looked at the sunset and it was beautiful. It was fucking cold, but it was beautiful. It brought me joy. Do things that bring you happiness. On a weekend, if chilling out is what you want to do, chill out. If you want to go out with your friends, go out with your friends. Do things that nurture you and like nurture your soul. Not what brings other people joy. Not what brings other people happiness. What do you want to do? But how do you want to have your day? Once you get rid of the whole, how can I please other people and how can I do it for myself? You have a shift in dynamic. It is a game changer. We love it. And I think it's just so important. And people think once you start pulling back and prioritising yourself and not maybe being able to give that energy to them because you need to focus on a certain area of your life, people might see it as selfish. They might think, what is going on? When you stop saying yes or when you say no without guilt or without kind of over-explaining yourself, people who are used to you explaining yourself might be like, what's going on here? but you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't owe anyone any sort of explanation. The one thing I've learned to stop draining myself is saying no, and I don't even need to explain. And if I want to explain, I will explain. But I just found it so draining, like being in situations where I would explain why I'm not doing something, and I wasn't doing it for my benefit. I was doing it to nurture their emotions and nurture their own feelings, and that is just not how I want to live my life going forward, because I'm living my life for me. I'm doing these things for me. I'm not doing it to please someone else, and it might upset people, and I understand that, but again, you're not responsible to fix someone. You're not responsible for someone else's emotions, and that is something I've also learned over time, which is a hard thing to learn. But once you stop tolerating that kind of behaviour, once you stop dealing with emotions of other people and doing things to please other people, you're going to be so much happier, because you're going to be living a life for you. You're going to be doing things that bring you joy, and you're not going to be going to situations thinking, oh, I shouldn't have been here, and then thinking to yourself, why did I put myself in that situation? You're going to start being in situations where you're like, actually, I'm happy I did this. Actually, I'm happy I put myself in this scenario where I said no, rather than doing something to please other people. And by pleasing those other people, you turn up to those situations and you think to yourself, like, actually, I don't want to be here, and now I'm in a bad mood. And I do think as well, people that have a similar mentality will respect the fact that you don't want to do something. And people that love you will not want you to do something you don't want to do. Because let's be honest, if someone is upset with you and projects onto you that you don't want to do something, it's coming from their own selfishness. Like, it's coming from their own selfish situation. Like, they could be thinking, oh, like, and it's not even malicious, it's not necessarily malicious, but they could be thinking to themselves, oh, like, I want this person to be here because I need someone with me to support me, or they bring up the vibe, or they bring the energy, which are all really lovely reasons, but it's not actually thinking, actually, this person doesn't want to be here because they want to be here. This is nothing personal to me, and I'm going to be happy with the fact that they want to take time for themselves, and if it means the fact that I have to do all this for myself, then I have to do this for myself. Because some people don't realise they're doing it. Some people project it onto you and go, oh, it's a shame, or, oh no, like, you know, oh, why can't you be here, sort of thing. And it's not to do with the fact that you are, oh, there's a little dog just running around with his little lead in his mouth. Oh no, it's a bull, but he's off his lead, so I'm a bit concerned. I don't know who his owner is. But anyway, like, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. There's the owner. It's all good. Don't do it. Don't put yourself in the position where you are forced to do something. That person, if you say no, they might be upset, but they will get over it. And if they don't get over it and they can't see past it, then maybe your friendship won't be there in the long run. And that is okay. Because I think the thing naturally with friendships, I mean, I struggle with friendships when I'm connected to someone and they just kind of go, bye. Or, you know, not that that's happened, but like, I struggle with when I've really deeply connected with someone and I don't hear from them, and I get a bit tad insecure and I'm like, are we okay? But that was the old me. The new me has learned people are living their lives. People are doing things every day and they're trying to, you know, get through the day, and they're having a long working week. And distance doesn't have anything to do with your friendship. Distance doesn't define your friendship. And again, the right people will stay in your life. So if someone decides to leave your life, it is sad, but it'll be freeing up space for someone that's more aligned with the new you. And if someone decides they can't get past something that you've done, or like by you saying no, they can't get past that, then that's, you know, obviously a thing to do with them. That's a them thing. And then you just need to keep moving forward. And the more you move forward, you're aligning yourself with people that, again, are similar to you. Like when you say no, they don't even question it. Like I have friends, if they say no to me, I'm like, cool. I won't even question it, because I'm like, do you know what? If they have the reason, if they want to share it, they will. If they don't want to share it, they don't have to. So stop over explaining has been a very important part of the self-love journey. And I think as well, like literally things like going to the gym, that always has brought me joy. Doing things that bring you joy, not things you think you should be doing. So like you think, oh, I should sign up to this class or sign up to this, and it's just not you. If you want to get healthier, do something that you're going to like. You know, if you enjoy a walk, do a walk. Don't force that weights class that you think would be good for you. You know, don't force that spinning class that's going to drain the life out of you. Trust me, I've been a spinning instructor, I know how tiring it is. But don't do it. Do something that's equivalent to it, that you like. Do something that you like, not what you think you should be doing. So again, it's doing what's right for you, listening to your inner voice, that going, I actually want to do this, not what you think someone else thinks you should do or what society thinks you should do. Ignore society, do what you want to do, because this is your life. You're living this life for you. Last time I checked on your birth certificate, it was your name. I mean, I haven't checked your birth certificate, but on my birth certificate, it's Charlotte Beamish-Knight. So last time I checked on my certificate, even though I hate Charlotte, if you ever call me Charlotte, I won't talk to you. So people have looked at me before and they've gone, Charlotte, as a joke, and I just like, you can call me it, but I'm not going to respond. But last time I checked, that was on my birth certificate. Is there anyone else on there? Apart from my parents, of course. But, like, my life is just my name. No one else's name. So, last time I checked, this is my life, not yours. So I'm going to live it how I want to live it. And I'm going to do it unapologetically so. And it might ruffle some feathers. And if you change, people might see it as a negative. But do you know what? I'd rather change and evolve than stay stuck with who I was. Because who I was before was the old me. And lived in dynamics that, do you know what? The past me, I look back at myself when I was like 24. And I just look at myself and go, oh, bless her. Like, I always laugh at this with my friends, but it's actually pretty bad. But when I was 24, I broke up with like a long-term boyfriend. Like, we were together like 4.5 years. Like, I thought we were end game, right? And you will at that age, you know, you think you're marriage and stuff like that. And I mean, I won't go into that dynamic because that was 7 years ago, and bless his heart, you know, we're past it. He's moved on with life, which is lovely. I wish him well. And we weren't right for each other as well, so it's a good thing. But anyway, so I actually I'm just gonna admit everything to you guys now, and I've had an energy drink, so I'm wired. I met him on Tinder on the Saturday, FaceTimed him, invited him around my house on the Monday, and let him stay at my house when I was in the office. Yeah. I mean, touch wood, I was okay. My friends were a bit scared. I mean, I'm rightfully so. When it came to looking back, I'm like, bless her little heart. I'm so glad I'm not who she was. Like, I love her. I appreciate her. But I've learned to forgive myself. So I used to be embarrassed about that story, and now I laugh. So again, another thing about self-love, just embrace what you've done. Embrace your past and love that person. But move forward. So the way I say that is, if people don't accept who the new you is, thank God. Because they were happy with who you were, and you're not happy with who you were anymore. You want to move forward, you want to evolve, as you should. I'm not saying invite someone around your house and let them stay there for the week without you being there. Like, I'm not saying that. That was like chaotic in my early 20s. We're allowed that moment, but I just can't. But it's about forgiving your younger self. Knowing you've made mistakes and moving forward from it and growing from it, and saying to yourself, will I invite someone around my house after knowing them for like 20 minutes? No, I will not do that anymore. No, like the bar is so much higher. But you know, there could be a time in your life, like especially for me, I was embarrassed about that and I didn't want to admit that to people, and now I just laugh. So just laugh about your past, accept it, and just try and evolve. And don't let people hold you back. And just carry on growing and evolving and being your authentic self. Because self-love is important, and you are the only person that's in your life your whole life. You are the only person. So start listening to that inner voice. Start understanding what it is you need, not anyone else. Blur out all the background noise and live authentically to that. You deserve to live a life that is full of love and abundance and people that support you and don't drain you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. I hope you enjoyed that story, and ciao for now, Bellas.